What's up, guys, gals, and non-binary pals? Welcome back to Art by Flan, or if it's the first time you've joined us, hello, welcome to Art by Flan. I draw pictures. It's a fun time. I chat at you. You can go in the comments, leave some words there. I'll read them. It's great. So today we are doing the, I don't want to call it the redraw challenge because I didn't do it specifically to do the challenge. I actually did it because I felt like I've been in a bit of a slump lately. Like, I don't know. Specifically with my traditional art, I feel like I've just been very in my comfort zone. And I'm not gonna say this is out of my comfort zone because it's definitely not, but it's been creating some creative blockage here. And so I just wanted to draw something to sort of get myself out of it. And I usually do like a redraw or something when I hit that slump. Where I feel like I'm not improving, I'm not going anywhere, and then I look at my old art and I redraw it, I'm thinking, well, I got somewhere at least. So that's what this is. The original picture was posted in 2004? Maybe? Let me double check that. So, yes, it was in 2004. And it is 13 years old, the original piece. This picture has hit puberty. And the original is very, very bad. You will see it at the end. It was on my DeviantArt gallery, and it's hidden now. But it was the second picture I ever posted to DeviantArt. And I was really proud of it at the time. I remember, because I was just trying to come to grips with Photoshop there. And I was just playing around and having all sorts of fun. And I liked this really moody picture I drew. I think it was supposed to be of myself. But it doesn't look anything like me then, and it didn't look anything like me now, so, I just made it into some random girl and didn't put any effort to making it resemble me, in any form. But I also, the original pose was extremely stiff, obviously, very just basic frontward facing, no real movement to her or anything, and it's supposed to be this dour picture of a girl hugging her teddy bear, because it was, I don't know, representative of my sad emotions at the time, or my stuffed animals were my only comfort. You know the feeling, you know the teenage angst. But I definitely wanted to redraw that and definitely do it better this time. One of the biggest flaws with the original, which you'll see, is that her legs are wrong. In the original, like, at the time I didn't draw like the body underneath and then put the clothes on. I just drew, and you can see little snippets of it here and there. I'm pulling colors from it, which also, by the way, I've included the coloring, the base coloring in this video. A couple people have mentioned they would like to see it, so if you like it, let me know in the comments below, and I'll just try and work it into every video I can, and if you don't like it, then I'll just take it back out. But in the original, her legs are wrong. Like I said, I didn't draw the body underneath, I just drew everything as it was, and that doesn't always work out the best sometimes. So her legs are like way off to the left, like not where legs should be. But I didn't know how to fix it when I was a kid, so I just sort of left it. I think I even pointed it out in the DeviantArt description, but I really liked this piece so much. I made like a background. It was back on my computer for a while and everything. Looking back at it now, it's an utter disaster, and I'm glad I redrew it because I can't believe I posted that on the internet for people to see. But I did, and I was proud of it, and I posted it in multiple iterations, so got that going for me, which is not so great. Another thing to note is when I'm doing the brief color splotches there, is that the original had extremely generic color splotches. Like, these were just pulled out of the color picker at, random, like the brightest blue I could find and the most goldish, and on this monitor it looks goldish green, that I could come across to make it stand out. And so I obviously toned those down and made them a bit better. Another one, in the original, her eyes were a really big focus. First of all, I don't draw eyes the size of the head anymore, and second of all, I didn't make them so much of a focus as an accent to this piece. So you can see there's color in her eyes, but it's definitely not as in your face, as her eyes aren't in your face as the original. Compared to the original, I could obviously say the pose is much better because it was referenced. You can always look and draw from life, and your art will look 100 times better. I can promise you that, because I mean, it's still the front facing pose, but there's obviously more movement to her. She's clutching the bear tighter instead of just kind of holding it limply in her arms. Her face has definitely more expression, considering this drawing has eyebrows, and I don't think the original had eyebrows. Her hairline is definitely better, because what even was bangs as a child, Danny? I don't even know bangs was. So that's definitely improved. Obviously my skills with digital art have improved. So yeah, I'm really happy overall with the outcome of this. I definitely tried to leave it simple. As you can see, I didn't color it. I just left it in the black and white. I don't know if I colored it black and white in the original or put it in color and shifted it to gray scale. I don't know. I might have done that. I don't remember the actual coloring process, but I do remember being happy with this picture. So I tried to leave it. I just colored it in grayscale this time, just pulling, as you could have seen from the original picture, to color everything and tweaking it just a bit. The other thing I'm really proud of is the original had like this grid texture on the parts of her skirt and her collar there, but this time, instead of doing a grid texture, I just drew it. It looks better on her skirt and more dimensional on her skirt, I think, than it does on her collar, but I was tired of fighting with it by the time I got to the collar. So definitely still incredibly lazy. That hasn't changed in all of these years. I'm just shading the ruffles now. Listen, it is rare I make art without ruffles in it somewhere. Like, even in my older drawings, everything had ruffles. I'm a sucker for ruffles in my art. Ruffles and gold accents. That's how you know it's me. So yeah, I'm just working on shading that. Gosh, there's not really a lot to say. I don't even remember, you know, the original story behind the picture, besides it being just a moody emo piece, which was kind of a running theme at the time. If it wasn't anime fan art, it was moody emo pieces. But yeah, I'm pretty happy, like I said, with how this came out. That's sometimes, like, I had another video planned for this week, but I decided to do this one instead because I was worried I couldn't think of anything to say in that other video. It was supposed to be a video of Jaku kind of talking about her story, but I'm kind of in a rut with writing right now, so, and working out her story in general, I think, so I scrapped that idea. I think, well, I'll have more to say about this piece, and I was absolutely wrong. I'm working on the textures on his little fur right now, and I fought with this a bit because I wasn't sure how I wanted it to look. I feel like I still could have executed it better than I did, but it looks okay. Not the best, but it definitely looks okay. And I'm shifting into Photoshop for the final recoloring, for the final shading and stuff like that. And it was really easy to sort of recolor the shading on this one because it was all just shades of gray. No connection to that terrible book. But yeah, I'm really happy with my progress this far in life, and just the difference between the two images is stark. I mean, of course, well, 13 years is quite a long time. That's enough for a small child to be born and grow into a pubescent pre-teenager. Well, if you're 13, I guess you are a teenager. So yeah, that picture, the original picture, which we should be shifting to in here in just a moment, is a teenager. And there's the original piece, as you can tell, and we should be shifting into the finished redraw. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you like what you see, don't forget to click that like button, leave a comment down below, and you can always subscribe to get a new video from me every single week right in your inbox. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye bye.